again, and welcome back to xameliax. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a vintage 1940s/50s makeup and hair look. So tonight is my friend's birthday party and she's having a vintage theme, so I thought I'd film myself getting ready for you and talk you through it. These things can actually get quite difficult, so we're going to keep it really simple today so anyone can join in and do it. And my cheats victory roll tutorial is actually my most watched video on YouTube. I have very short hair now in comparison to what it was before, so I'm going to show you how to do that on shorter hair as well. But let's start off with the makeup now. You want as flawless a base as possible, and as you can see my skin isn't the greatest, so I really struggle with this. So I need to use a very good primer, and this is a primer from Benefit. It's called Professional, and I just tend to pop this all over my skin, especially over any blemishes that I might have, over my deep pores on my cheeks, and also around my eyes and on my forehead, pretty much all over my face. But it really helps to give you that smooth base for your foundation to sit on top of. Foundation wise, you can go with anything that you're comfortable with. I'm actually mixing two at the moment because I've got a little bit of a tan. So I've got the Rimmel Wake Me Up Anti-Fatigue, and I've also got another Rimmel one, which is the Match Perfection. And I just mix them together so I get just about the right kind of colour for my face. And then I buff that in with a Zoeva brush in circular motions. Again, you just kind of want to get that flawless finish, have it as smooth as possible to put the rest of your makeup on top of. I've actually got another video that talks in depth about how to get a flawless finish for your skin, especially if you suffer from acne and you don't have flawless skin naturally. So I'll leave a link to that video down below if you want to check that out and get a little bit more detail on the base foundation. So before we do eyeliner, which is the tricky part, we're going to go in with brows, and we want a really strong brow for this one. So I'm using the Benefit Browsings kit and a little angled brush. It has a spoolie on the other end, so I just want to make them as full as possible, but we're gonna make them incredibly sharp. So these are a little bit heavier than I would normally go, but I think it adds to the look quite nicely. And then to define them even more, which I wouldn't normally do again, but it's very good for this kind of look, get the Boing Brightening Concealer that we had under our eyes, a little flat brush, and you want to almost trace the line of your eyebrows and kind of outline them with the concealer. And this will give you a really sharp edge to your brows. So now I'm going to take a smaller beauty blender. I'm just going to gently blend this concealer in, just so it gives that sharp look to the brows. And I want quite rosy cheeks with this one, so I'm going to go for a pink blusher, and we're just going to have it on the apples of our cheeks. Again, not too much, but just a little bit on there. This is the Kiko Milano in Tenuous Mauve. It's a really lovely one. I just tend to smile so you can see the apples of your cheeks, and just dot a little bit on there. Less is more, and you can always build up. Onto the tricky bit, which is the eyeliner, the bit that everybody dreads. I have actually got a whole video on this where I tell you my 3-step technique on how to get the perfect cat eye flick. So if you want to go and watch that, I'll leave a link down below. It's really up close, and you can see nice and slowly the different steps that I take to do it. I do it in 3 steps. It's very big, very bold, which is just what we want with this one. But I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day pen. I've just got this one through, quite like it, very pigmented, and it's going to help give me a really strong look. So we draw our outside line that goes up from your lower lash line. And we want these big and bold. And then we'll connect that with a little triangle to the middle of the eyelid. Hopefully you can see. Don't feel like you have to do this in one stroke. You can do it in little strokes as well. So we've got our little triangle. Now we're going to go from the middle and connect it over there. And now we're going to go from the inner corner and connect it to the middle. And then we just colour it in. And for lashes, I'm not very good at putting on false lashes, I have to say, so I'm going to curl mine and just put on a few coats of a good mascara. This is a Marc Jacobs one. I really like it. It separates them but it also thickens at the same time. Lashes done, top, not bottom. Now we're going to move on to the lips. Now I'm going to line them first with any kind of red line is going to work. Just line slightly on the outside to make your lips a little bit bigger, and colour your lips in with the liner when you're finished with it. And then I'm going to go in with MAC Ruby Woo, which is the perfect red lipstick shade for this look. And there we go, that is our makeup done. So now we can move on to the hair. Now, this hair looks best and works best on hair that's a day or two old. So try not to wash it on the day. If you do wash it on the day, use a bit of dry shampoo just to give it a bit of texture. You want it to have that kind of hold because it's quite a tricky one to get done. So we're going to start with the victory rolls. I'm going to have a side parting, so one of them is going to be a little bit bigger than the other one, but I'll start with the smaller side. And you just want to take your section of hair that we're going to turn into a victory roll and back comb it a little bit to give it a bit of grip. Now this is a really good one. It's a Vogetti back combing brush. You don't want to be ragging your hair up and down. You just want to gently sort of tease the hair to the roots, just to give a bit of hold, and also it kind of like stands up a little bit on its own. Makes your life a lot easier with this. You want to gently smooth down the front, and then you're just going to start to roll. Now you can have victory rolls that kind of sit facing forward. You can have them really big and facing up. This one I'm going to have sort of facing forward a little bit just by pushing down on the front slightly, and you can see how the roll sits there. Now if you've got really long hair or you're finding this quite difficult, check out my other tutorial on Cheats victory rolls, and I'll give you a little inside tip on how to get the victory roll look without doing an actual victory roll. And then you want to secure with a pin at the front. Try and hide these as best as you can until you are comfortable that it's going to stay. Proper victory rolls are quite fiddly, but once you've got the hang of it, tends to fall into place. And there we have our victory rolls. I think it looks quite cute with the ombre as well that we've got going on here. So now I'm just going to take my curling wand and I'm going to curl the bottom layer of my hair. You can do the curls first, or if you've already got curls in your hair, that's absolutely fine. But I wanted to just do it this way just so I knew how everything would fall once the victory rolls were in. Okay, so once we've done all of our curls, I'm just going to gently brush them out because I want more of a wave than I do a curl. And then I'm just going to take some hairspray and really smooth everything down and make sure that those victory rolls do not move because they're looking good. And there we have our vintage 1950s hair and makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Leave me a comment down below if you give this a go and let me know what you think of the finished look. This is a little dress that I actually made myself, so I'm feeling very, very vintage and very housewifey today. But I really like the finished look. I hope you do too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!